I am wired on a Wednesday. I feel like I need to be here.
Well, being wired on a Wednesday isn't necessarily bad. It's better than being mopey on a Monday.
But I'm that too.
But he's that too. Yeah.
On a Wednesday too?
No, on
Not
Mondays.
a Monday.
Oh.
Well, everybody's kind of mopey on a Monday.
I know, but can you think? People who have split schedules, right? They have like their Mondays on a Thursday, and then the day of Monday is actually their Friday, so they're ecstatic. So I think it's all in the perception.
No, Mondays just suck anyway.
Fair. Yesterday, in fact, I was with a woman who had finished listening to a podcast, and it was all about the energy that they brought home, because everybody's so excited to drive home on a Friday. The weekend starting, and everybody's really dreary on a Monday because of going to work and things. So I think it's all about mindset, Tim. We need to work on the mindset. You add positive information.
Look, if we're in the cancel culture, why can't we just cancel Monday?
I agree. We've discussed this before. We should cancel Monday and at least Wednesday, so we only have to deal with Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Of course, then that would mean Tuesday would suck. And so,
But at least it would be a better drink. I've heard it's Tequila Tuesday.
I like that. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Tequila and Taco Tuesday. How do you go wrong with that?
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
Well, and Wine Wednesday for the wine of Wednesday, or Winey Wednesday.
Whining Wednesday.
I like Wired Wednesday because I like keeping this community connected.
I see. Yeah.
So, good morning. This is McKennan Hansen, your local Farm Bureau financial agent, hosting Wired Wednesday, sponsored by a lot of people, which...
I know. Guild Mortgage, the Larkin Group, part of the KW Keller Williams Real Estate folks in St. George. IFA, Western Ag. We haven't had them on for a while, have we?
No, we haven't had them on for a while.
Forage Genetics, Polarity Design Team.
We just had them.
We just had them. Leon's Alignments. Know those guys.
Yeah. It's a great group of people, and today's schedules didn't match up, so we couldn't have our guest host in that is also a sponsor of the show. But what's really touching to me is that I'm able to find sponsors, and that I'm able to find partnerships in this community to work with and to bring strength into the community, because it's incredible what we can do when we are working together towards a common goal, right? My primary purpose in this world is, and it's slowly developing and evolving all the time, but is to create a positive impact, right?
But we're in separate tribes these days, MJ. How can that happen?
You have to go against the curve sometimes. You have to go against the current, and you have to figure out what's upstream, or what's that bigger, better goal that's going to benefit all of us. Because in this day and age, the negativity, the circles of information that you can never find truth to, it's a daunting task, right? But if I wake up in the morning and I do the best thing that I can do for my family, for my spouse, for my community, for my clients, for the areas that I'm serving, if I am setting out with a good intention, that will be reciprocated.
Well, other than the fact that we know where the road of good intentions sometimes will take us.
Well, we'll
Always
have to
looking on the
face that.
right side, isn't he?
Yes.
Well,
We do need to get him wine on a Wednesday.
I would welcome something that would. And I'm actually trying to be devil's advocate, if not the devil himself, right now when I bring these things up, because I agree with you that, and it bothers me. It bothers me not just a little that we see that tribalism right here. We don't have to look. We don't have to look at places outside it. We see it right here. And the best thing that happened is that, I'll go ahead and call them out because I don't care anymore. There's a group called Iron County Elections on Facebook. The nice thing that's happened is that they have just absolutely shut up the last few days. Because theoretically we're all done with that, but I'm telling you, that is a toxic group of people as far as I'm concerned. Now, I don't mind them. It's not that they express support for candidates and things. I don't have a problem with that, but it's just that if you say something that, you're supporting the other candidate or whatever, or issue, it's just like, we're going to shame you and make you feel bad. And I go, that's ridiculous.
So I'll take it back. So, and I completely agree that there is so much hatred and so much attacking of other people, but we're so scared of ourselves and the power that we possess to create a positive influence that a lot of people still haven't grasped the concept. A lot of people don't want to harness their energy for doing good. They want to kind of do it for bad, and they like creating the chaos that is in thriving right now. You know, you can say, well, I like blue cheese, and everybody, including myself, would be, you're nuts. I hate blue cheese. But it's because I don't like blue cheese. But I am not going to stop talking to you because you do like blue cheese.
We fight over about what kind of cars we drive.
Right, and it's ridiculous.
We fight over that.
And did you know that cars nowadays, I'm pretty sure, now, mechanics out there, correct me when I'm wrong, please.
Get me on here.
There's about 5 total different chassis and structural systems to all of the cars out there.
Oh, that's about right.
A total of 5, right? Let's just take that concept. Your Humvees, your Hummers, your H1 and H2 and H3 things are built on the same chassis as a Chevy Suburban. And the Chevy Suburban is a shortened version for the Chevy Tahoe. And all of those go into your Ford Explorer and your Ford Expedition. They're all the same structural. The paint job and the fenders are the only different things, and the label they slap on the back.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And so we go into this concept of at our core, people are good. They're taught to be bad. We've seen it in children. You know, children love inherently until they're taught not to.
That's really a great point, and it's absolutely true.
And why not choose love thy neighbor rather than diminish their self-worth? Why not choose that? Because in this day and age of so much information and so much technology, why can't we set it on the counter and go outside and play with the kids? Nobody said we couldn't, but we think it's wrong. We think we have to be engaged with everybody else other than our families, our spouses, our community, because of whatever the hell's out there.
There's a plague happening in our country. This is okay. So if I was on TV right now, the little box above me would now be saying editorial comments.
Fair.
There's a plague happening in our country, and social media has thrown more than gas on this fire. It's the plague of narcissism, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
It's because we all have a soapbox to be on now. And again, I'm not saying that expressing your thoughts is a bad thing. Hell, it's what I do every day here, okay? But it's the fact that we have to demonize anyone that doesn't agree with us on things.
Right. Like, Chris, how many things, so out of all the conversations we've been in, do you agree with 100% of them?
Oh gosh, maybe 70.
Right. And that's okay.
And that's fine.
Because I respect you as a human.
Wait a minute. You only agree with 70% of what I say?
I was talking about.
Oh, MJ, okay. So that's a high number for me.
No, but see, I still respect Chris, and I still respect what he has to say, and I want him involved in our show, he's one of the co-hosts, and so as long as we can accept, that not all of us were made the same. There would be no entertainment value if we were, if there was 1,000 of me, there would be no entertainment. There would be no cause for improving our lives. And through conflict, we improve, right? Through having to figure out whatever's going on in this little thing, we improve to move to the next thing. So my whole thing is, why not step out and be the positive influencer, and try to influence people in my community to start smiling at each other. As basic as smiling. I drove here, I smiled at 5 people, and they looked at me like I needed to be in the insane asylum. Like,
they might actually be right, MJ.
Well, that's a whole nother concept. But it's crazy to me that this town has gone from wave to everybody to wave to nobody.
It is sad. That's
in the
very
last
sad.
20 years. I remember driving down the street, running into more first cousins than I knew. And, well, that's a whole nother thing about me. But
back in the day,
everybody waved to each other. Now we're so tuned in and so focused on the radio, on social media, on the kids screaming in the back, that we forget to interact in a positive fashion.
Did you know a great way to blow 3 hours on a Friday night? I mean, just unplanned, you'll be there for 3 hours.
No, what is it?
It used to be, I don't think it is anymore. Go to Walmart.
Really?
Because we went there one Friday evening, we wanted to pick up some things. We were there 3 hours because we kept running into people and we just kept visiting.
So Walmart on Friday night is where everybody's getting.
Used to be.
Right.
I don't think it is anymore.
I mean, it's incredible. So how can we start, having a positive impact on people? What can we change? What small things? And I mean, you can't turn around your entire lifestyle in a day, right? But you can make small habits that become atomic habits that influence and change your trajectory so much. So today I started waving to people, or I just started smiling. Like if they were looking at me and our eyes met in the, at the stoplight. Hey, how's it going? Why not? Because smiles are contagious, right? Again, we've seen it in children. The most innocent of all the humans are children, and they don't know how to conform socially until they're taught. So why not mimic what they're doing? They love fall leaves. Go out today, rake fall leaves and fall in them. Or sit on the grass and throw them in the air and experience that joy. Go out, go drive up the mountain, experience the frost on the trees, and what that means. And we're in a really pivotal moment in seasonality because we're going from fall into winter, and there's so much transitional symmetry and symbolism, with seasonal transition that it's incredible. If you step back and think about what you're doing and how you're going about this world, influencing it, if you could change one habit, what would you change? Sorry, that was a really long tangent.
Is that a legit question?
Yeah. If you could change one thing.
The devil on my shoulder, arrogance. I can see me being arrogant. In fact, I'm sure that at times I can't just see me being arrogant. I am arrogant.
Okay.
And that's the thing that I'm trying the best to not be.
What another thing is that people do all the time on airplanes and in grocery stores, kids notoriously throw fits.
Yeah.
Right? They're in the grocery stores. The mom either just got off work or just barely made it to the grocery store, and it's in the evening. Everybody's probably hungry. She's probably saying no so many times it hurts. Of trying to get the damn grocery list and get out of the store with 3 or 4 kids. Give her compassion. Give her grace. Because she is trying the hardest she can. And go up to her and say, ma'am, is there anything I can do to help you? Or sir, maybe it's a single dad. Give compassion, give grace to those people because they are trying the hardest way they know how. And all of us that are listening, all of us that are in this room, we all have our days of strength and we all have our days of weakness. And weakness is not strength until we don't get up in the morning.
I'll tell you another, this one will probably surprise you.
I'm very rarely surprised, Jim.
3 of the most liberating words that ever happened in my life. And I have to thread the needle here because it's going to sound bad. The three of the most liberating words in my life were, I don't care. And let me explain that to you if I can.
Please.
It's not about that there aren't people that need help and need compassion. Obviously that's the case. It became the case like, okay, well, let's talk about our local situation here. There were candidates I voted for. Some won, some didn't. But at the end of it all, I don't care who becomes the mayor or who is the mayor. I do, but I'm not going to let it affect my life. I'm not going to let it.
Agreed.
I'm not going to let it crush me if my guy didn't win or my person didn't win. I can't live there anymore. I know what I need to do in life. I know the course. I know my principles. And the other part of it is, well, I don't agree with you. Well, I don't care. let's see where we can agree, and let's see where we can have love and compassion for each other. But if we don't agree on this issue or this issue or this policy, I don't care if we disagree. I still think you're a nice person.
Right.
It's not that big a deal if we don't see eye to eye on every jot and tittle of what's out there for us.
Buildings would never be above one story if somebody didn't say, why not?
Yeah.
Let's argue this. Let's figure it out. Let's create synergy through this argument and step out and make a positive impact in the world. Right? Let's make sure people have houses to live in, structures to live in. It would have never gone very far if everybody was, well, yeah, okay, let's agree to make this one-story mud shack, right? Well, why can't we do it different?
That would actually be an improvement for us, but that's okay.
Oh my, Tim. Oh my.
No,
it just, and especially, I guess maybe it's because we're just, around the corner from Thanksgiving. We have 2 weeks from tomorrow till Thanksgiving, and I'm just kind of in this.
Well, bite your tongue.
I know, but there's going to be some good food. Good food.
Well, there is that.
There's also really cool things that, just on the Thanksgiving note, the Friday, the Saturday after is the Main Street lighting with the Jubilee, Holiday Tree Jubilee. And they'll be on in a couple of weeks to talk about those things. But there's a lot of good things going on in our community. And I love and I celebrate with our community that we're still fighting the battle of getting out of the trenches of garbage. We want to positively impact this community, and there's more voices out there than to believe.
No, I agree with that. And that's the point I'm trying to I guess maybe drive home is, and that's why, I don't participate in that Facebook group anymore, other than maybe seeing it from time to time. But when I used to, they would say, "Well, you're an idiot." And I go, "I don't care." I mean,
no, right?
I don't care. If you think I'm an idiot, it's not going to affect me. And then I say, so what can we do to work together? And if they say, well, you have to change your vote, I go, well, sorry, I'm not going to do that. But what else can we do?
Right. And I think that that's part of the culture that we live in right now is you have to agree or you have to fight.
Or you'll be shamed.
Or you'll be shamed. And it's really hurtful. And it's non-productive. We want to evolve the masses up the ladder, not stay where we're at. We want to develop our country. We want to be better at what we're already doing. That has to have some argument. You have to create some type of conflict to rise above it, right? But the conflict we're living in right now is non-productive. Like, there's no way you can figure out how to positively influence things if you're continually hating things, or if you hate yourself. If you can't own your own energy and you hate yourself, then that's a whole nother thing. There's books and there's therapists for that. I'm not that person. But, in creating what I would say my own energy and harnessing what I am capable of doing, I'm capable of doing a lot more than I'm currently doing. But priorities take place. My family takes place. My business takes place. My community takes place. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing those in just light, in just kind of favoritism almost. I have a different season of life than some people. Right now my kids are really young, so I need to be home. I need to have a very flexible schedule with them. Eventually they're going to be in school and everybody's going to be kind of in the school schedule thing. And then I won't have them anymore. They're going to be on their own
Sooner
schedules.
than you think, by the way.
Right.
Because I'm at that stage of life.
No, right. And exactly. And I'm like, I only get my kids for 15 years. Because by the time they're 15, they're not going to want anything to do with me.
No.
Right? They're going to be with friends. They're going to be at school activities, whatever. I get less than 15 years with them. My daughter is almost 5. I'm terrified because I only get.
You're a third of the way through.
Right. And I'm just like, what happened to time? I want to be
by the
holding
way,
her and snuggling her still.
By the way, the good news here is that also gets worse. If you think the days are going fast now,
oh yes,
you haven't seen anything yet.
No, and the years, the hours go slow, right? The years go fast, or whatever that. I feel like I'm in a country song now. And so it's really important to go out there and start creating a positive impact and allowing the energy of small children to really grasp that and to accept it for what it is and to allow them to be, because they don't know any different other than to be happy and to find joy in all of the activities they do. And I have to step back for a moment and observe that sometimes, because again, that time is fleeting.
See, I'm about ready to put myself on the couch for a couple of nights here. I have some great repentance to do. Sometimes when we're out driving around, my wife has become kind of, I don't want to say aggressive as a driver, but very quick to point out the poor driving habits of other people.
Uh-huh.
And you know who is responsible for that? Not her mom and dad.
Who?
Her husband.
Oh.
And I've been sitting there going, yeah, you created this, dude.
Yeah. Luckily, my husband has taught me how to drive better than not. So.
Well, yeah, you know, we gotta go.
I know, and we're short on time. This has been McKennan Hansen, your local Farm Bureau financial agent, host of Wired Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. If you ever need insurance options for life, home, auto insurance, commercial insurance, and workers' comp, please give me a call, 435-592-2021. Thank you for joining us for Wired Wednesday. This is McKennan Hansen.
All right, MJ, we'll see you next time, okay? All right, one last